all going other places for resources. And so like, you know, I was running my own business and the other co-founders were kind of doing their own thing. And so we were spending a lot of time just like going out to get resources, but we really wanted to just like hang out and work with each other. But we knew that if we came together and started a business and we defaulted to like a traditional case law hierarchy with a CEO at the top, that our friendships would have been challenged. And so we started on this like very, very deep dive experiment where we all moved in together. Some of the other people on the team were in relationship with each other, and we just started sharing everything. Like we shared our house, we shared all of our resources, and you know, all the things that traditional businesses face, you know, founder conflict and relationships and money and like all this stuff. We just figured like, I don't know, why don't we just put ourselves in the middle of it and stay together and kind of see what happens on this like emergence experiment. And over the course of 6 months, or, you know, basically like 2 years, 3 years, we, you know, had a lot of conversations around decision-making and governance and, you know, how are we going to pay each other out without a boss? How are we going to make decisions about the company? And out of that really emerged a constitution that we created, you know, for our business, of how all these different decisions get made and what to do if we bring people on, or what happens if someone leaves, or what happens or there's conflict. And so we created a constitution, and we created an operating agreement, and to legally ground that type of our business model into at least into the state of Colorado currently. And yeah, since then we've just been kind of like doing a lot of relational processing, you know, sitting around the fire for like 24/7. That's kind of like what we did. And our whole approach was like, how can we do nothing as much as possible? Which was a lot harder than it sounds. And so anytime we had like a pull for like any type of like scarcity around money, or like we have to go do something in order to fix some kind of problem, we just like sit and wait and like let pressure build, and then process that type of energy amongst ourselves, and like try not to take it out on each other too much, and you know, stay with the conflict, and then come out the other side and like started to like rewrite our like neural pathways to like positive incentives and like positive outcomes. And then life started to do some really cool things. And we had this one guy, do you guys know Brad Nye? If anyone knows Brad Nye.
Brad Nye, just in case if you guys didn't know, Brad Nye was one of the founders of Red Lightning Camp in Burning Man.
And so he came over one day and was like, I love what you guys are doing. And we weren't really doing anything. We didn't know how to describe anything that it was, but people liked the way that it felt at our house. And so he like told us to like throw an event. So we started throwing events. That was kind of like our dojo of what we, I guess, just like how we lived, and like how we practice like our between relationships, and how we meet people in, you know, conflict and challenging emotions, and you know, holding space and stuff like that. And so we've been throwing events for the last couple years, some here in Boulder. I'm in Boulder, Colorado. And so we threw some events here, we threw some in Costa Rica. And so long story short, that's kind of a synopsis. But yeah, I have a company, Space Rock, and we work on the technology to support that business model. Like we created an app called the Mastermind Tool, and that allows people to essentially, you know, give feedback to each other. And then based on that feedback is how people get paid out through our business model. So it's like a peer-to-peer feedback mechanism that's like linked to pay, like more like meritocratic approach. And, you know, we've been testing out this model and system amongst, there's like 12 of us now in our ecosystem amongst these different spheres. We call them like business organisms. And so, yeah. And then I was just in Puerto Rico and met Kai and some other people, and heard about this.
You guys are also doing a workshop in Vision in Costa Rica next month, correct?
After Vision. Yeah, we're doing another after Vision. And yeah, so that's just like a little bit about what it is that we're up to. On a personal note, yeah, I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and now I live in Boulder and love it, right next to the mountains. I just went snowboarding for the first time. I've been here for like 8 years. I used to live in Philly, and then I'd fly out to Utah to go every year. And then I moved to Colorado and didn't go for 7 years.
Wow.
But yeah, so I thought I'd drop, say hi, and meet some of you guys. And yeah.
Wow, welcome. Super cool, Max. Thanks for being here. I'm really stoked you came, man. So tomorrow, really, I don't know if you understand sort of like the format of this is like we're actually everyone's going to come together, whoever shows up, and we are going to basically define the format of the DACAthon. So every decision that's made is going to be made in real time, and everybody just correct me if I'm wrong. And so feel free to join us, and you can watch like in the stream, or if you want to participate and maybe perhaps like use that tool that you're building and continue building on that to see if it's something that you could submit as a worker proposal. We may build like some kind of mega DAC using Luke Stokes's DAC factory and decide on a constitution and just kind of play with it, and then watch and witness ourselves and how we would go about creating it. And so I know you've already experienced that kind of seeing in a campfire. So tomorrow will be like that. It seems like we'll be sitting in a campfire and basically decide in real time and see what we would create. And then everybody would break out, send in worker proposals. And so, yeah, I'm still working on some of the videos and the presentations for tomorrow. So we have some great presentations, or just like some mini segments from Brock, Dwayne, Luke, and Michael. Yves LaRose is one of the smart, really talented, really articulated well about worker proposal systems. And so it'd be worth coming, at least even just to watch the live stream, and tell the entire crew from Colorado to come and join. Even if you don't build, maybe just come and watch. And if you guys need EOS, talk to Dwayne.
Got it. Cool.
Hey, Max, I'm really excited that you popped in and explained what you're doing. It sounds fantastic. If you're, we end up going to Envision every year. We're going to be doing a DACAthon before that in Anarchapulco.
Oh, nice.
Anarchapulco. But where I'm going with this, if you can post your event in the chat, because we're going to be in Costa Rica, and I'd love to check it out.
Sure. Yeah, happy to.
And just as an intro, Dwayne and Max had launched Crown DAC, which is the first DAC on EOS mainnet after EOS DAC, using EOS DAC in Puerto Rico. And so, this was his vision. And so that's, Dwayne is part of the Crown DAC team.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice. Yeah. Nice to meet you guys.
Yeah, welcome, man. I hope you can at least tune in tomorrow if you got some extra time. It's definitely worth checking out. There's some incredible speakers, and just the process we're going about. We're kind of figuring it out on the fly. Oh shit, Crypto Fees, what's up?
What's good, Max and Dwayne, man? Those are my guys, man.
What's up, man?
Hey, man, I got the invite. I missed you guys, man. How you been?
Heck yeah.
Good to see you, man.
Good to see you, man.
It's my dudes, man. I'm at work right now, bullshitting, but I had to check in.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Oh man, I remember, we was hanging out on rooftops, man. Shout out Dwayne, man, and Max, man. Those are real cool guys, man. But I'll let you guys get back in. I'm just gonna listen. I just had to say hi to them.
Hey, thanks so much.
Yeah. Crypto Fees, you coming tomorrow? What's the deal?
Where at? Coming to where?
To the DACAthon. You show
Where's
up online.
Oh yeah. What time?
All day, all night.
It's all day, all night. It's 2 days straight. So Saturday, Sunday.
I'll have to tune into that. I'm gonna do a stream tonight at 10 when I get out of here, and then I'll talk about your DACAthon. Max sent me some information. That's how I got here, and then I'll read into it, and then talk about it tonight on tonight's stream.
Awesome. Thank you for popping in.
Yeah,
That's
good to
awesome.
see you, man.
Wow, this is great.
We got Andrew Bryan here as well.
Introduce yourself, Andrew.
Yeah, hey, how's it going, guys? Oh, it's Andrew.
Good.
Yeah,
Welcome, man.
well, I'm with Vigor, so we've got a DAC on, and we're thinking about some ideas. I don't know for sure exactly what. We have a couple. I guess none of the guys from like my team is on right now, but that's fine. They'll be there like tomorrow. We have one of our developers, IK, another guy, PRC. So we got some pretty good developers with us. I think that's all we have, just 2 developers and me. So yeah, we're gonna think about probably some governance stuff about like the thought was like how to sort of like run an organization as a DAC. You know how they say it's sort of like herding cats. Well, it's sort of like to try to fix that a little bit. So that's what we're thinking about. So yeah, it'll be cool to join. That's it for me.
Awesome.
Wow, that's awesome. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Andrew. And you guys are registered. You guys are registered on a website.
Yeah, it was me. I think all of our guys did. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And then I had one question. When we talk about DACs, is there a way to set like a DAC as a charity? Is that something that's doable?
I believe so. I think that's one of the best use cases for like nonprofits.
Correct. Yeah. And since I started first, ever since the first EOS DAC, and even with the Crown, I've kind of envisioned that of maybe like a charitable. That is because my son he goes to a school for the blind, and they always having issues like raising money and making sure that they have the resources that they need. And we live here in Las Vegas, which is, fruitfully in terms of USD, one of the richest cities in the world. And they yet still can't succeed in what they need. And I feel like maybe crypto could be something that could help them. So when I hear about these community DACs and these community charitable want to, do something more for him. Like I know that I do hip hop music and I'm kind of like, I make jokes and, I'm real loose fitted, but I think that, honestly, crypto can help people that we know personally and you know what I mean, do a better cause than just pumping and dumping. And I think these DAC structure can really help get us there. And that was just my 2 cents.
Hey, that's wonderful. Something to bring up tomorrow. Do you have a team yet? Are you going to participate, or are you going to maybe just like pop in crypto fees?
I'm just right now. I'm just a spectator. I don't have a team. I don't have a team. I don't really have anything on paper right now. I'm just kind of working through the motions, kneading through my brain.
Well, you can always hop on a team. You can always hop on one and pitch an idea and then go through that process as well. So I have a feeling we'll have a lot of teams merging together and all sorts of ideas. I'm super excited. Yeah, it starts at 6 a.m. tomorrow. Yeah, so we have a long day and a long night ahead of us.
And it's all online, man. That's so cool to me, that we could just access it in and out throughout the day, and you guys are gonna be busting your butt all day making stuff happen, man. That's cool. So is there gonna be like a winner of this DACAthon or because I kind of missed the beginning of this call?
Yeah, we'll have we have 5 million crown for a prize, but there might be some other prizes if the pool grows, and we're kind of deciding that along the way. So the idea is that the DAC, if it's created, it would pay out through work proposals. So people would propose their projects, and then those would get paid out in tokens. So that's kind of the idea, but it's really for the community to decide as we're building it.
Is this on the Telos network?
We don't even know that yet. For sure, EOS, Telos, and Boss are the, we have a lot of people from those communities that are going to participate, but we'll see where it ends up.
I like that. I like keeping it open-minded. That's a good idea, good approach.
Yeah, we want the community to really build this, you know, so it might be kind of chaotic, but we'll figure it out as we go.
For sure, for sure. Definitely, if you guys are tuning in and you guys want to get some free crown token, go to my YouTube tonight. I'll be handing out free crown token through Telegram on the Telos Nightly podcast tonight, 10 p.m. Western USA.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll show up.
That's awesome. What's your YouTube channel? What's your YouTube
Crypto
channel?
Fees. Crypto Fees with the Z.
Forward slash.
It's CRYPTOFEEZ. But when you put it in YouTube, you have to hit "Did you mean fees?" like with the Z, and then I'll come up because it always like corrects it to fees, like you owe me a fee, FEES.
So it's one E. Oh, okay. With a Z.
No, it's two E's. It's fees, not faz. It's two E's and one Z.
And you have that like red logo there, kind of.
Yeah, double G's. Yep, gang gang.
The gang. All right, I'm gonna shout you out now. So tell people what time are you gonna do the live stream?
10 p.m. tonight.
That's Vegas time.
Yes, ma'am. And then we're definitely gonna have this link of this call or for the DACAthon tomorrow. If you could drop me that in Telegram, Max, then I could put that in my description on tonight's podcast.
Yeah, I'll send that to you right now for sure.
Cool. And what's your Twitter?
At Crypto Fees. I'm always Crypto Fees.
Okay, I got you. That's the brand. That's the brand.
When you're original, you only got to do it once.
I got you. Woo! Awesome, man. This is awesome. Appreciate you, man.
I appreciate you guys inviting me in on this call, too. I really appreciate it. And Dwayne and Max, man, it's nice seeing you guys. I didn't catch you guys in Vegas. I'm sorry. I was caught up with that job I had. I got out of that shit. Now I'm in the new place. Proposals. We won't be 9 to 5 no more, right, guys?
Yay! That's the idea, I guess.
I'm gonna get up here. I gotta close down my shop, but it was nice talking to you guys. I'll see you at 10 if you guys join the.
All right, man. In a bit.
Still a little bit quiet here, but just chiming in. I guess anybody new? So welcome, Max. Welcome, John Heater, Karan.
Yeah, Gabo's here. Let's hear from Justin or Gabo, Karan, John. If anybody hasn't spoken yet, Subblock Tree. Anybody want to introduce themselves and just talk about your thoughts and what you have in mind for tomorrow?
And if you have any questions too.
Hey guys, this is this is Gabo.
All right.
Hey, Gabo, what's up?
Hi, Gabo.
Turn off my camera. So we're about to sleep here. We just came back from Guanacaste. Hold on. All right. Hopefully you can see it. Yeah. So we're very excited. We have a couple projects we wanna present on Sunday, and looking forward to collaborate on the MetaDAC tomorrow. So we've been working on a couple projects in Costa Rica, and we have actually a couple members here on the call as well. There's Laura, Lucas, and Justin. So yeah, that's pretty much it. We're very excited, and we look forward to real cool stuff.
Awesome. Can't wait, Gabo.
Yeah, because you've also been talking about, been already working on some tools for the DAC.
Yeah. So
Right, is that correct?
mhm. um, last year after the BP Summit in San Francisco, I got really motivated with the and I decided to start a DAC. Actually, it was Dwayne, one of the ones that told me to go and do it. And when I came back, I've been organizing meetups, tech meetups for a long time, almost 7 years now. So there was a community, and we started to explore that technology. Well, presented to them, and they liked it. And now we have a group of a little more of 100 people following the project, and we've been basically we didn't know what we wanted to do, but we wanted to build a bank. So to identify different needs in the community to see a fit, and we ended up with something totally different. Like most DACs are finance stuff, right? And we are building an education app that's going to be governed by a DAC, and that's called Lift. What it's been a fun process because at the beginning we didn't know what we wanted to do. It was called Pura Vida DAC, and we just wanted to build something, and that came up naturally as something that was needed, and and as part of it, we identified another need. We the ability to have like a Kanban board, like EOS DAG. Pretty much everyone uses Trello, and that's another project called Flow, where we want to build basically a Trello board where you can attach an incentive to each card, and each card is going to be an escrow contract. And with the EOS authorities, we want to create roles that are going to be able to like review the work and approve it, and basically just streamline the payments. That's the other tool we're working on, and we think that for some work might be very useful. That's a complement to the worker proposal systems. It's for some people simpler to just go and see what's needed, and even better if it has like description of what needs to get done, and if you have the abilities to do it, you can just take the card and do it. Because this is like the number one thing stopping people from joining DACs. That's the conclusion we reach. They don't know how to start. Even developers. This is all we are all developers, and even for developers, it's hard at first to get in because you have no clue what to propose, right? So we wanted to have something similar to what you find in GitHub, where you find each, tackle them and discuss on and have a discussion thread on the things that need to get done.
Leah, how are you?
Thanks for that, Gabo. I think identifying the problems are obviously some of the keys, but we don't know the problems until we've tried. So from a developer perspective, appreciate you sharing that.
Yeah, excited to see what you come up with, Gabo, and I can help here and there. I know I've been involved with the Kanban kind of project a little bit, and it's I think just for organizations also, I mean, it'll allow people to contribute and participate more easily, but also just it makes operations a lot more efficient by having a tool like that. So excited to see how it shapes up. So.
Yeah, definitely. We plan to develop it further to support all types of organizations. But for now, we with starting with DAX, and um, then build more features to support other organizations as well.
That's awesome. We also have Laura that just popped in. Who wants to introduce themselves next? Is that Kiran?
Hello, can you hear me? This is Kiran here.
What's up, Kiran?
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hmm?
We can hear you.
So,
Welcome.
yeah, thank you. I'm actually at my day work, and yeah, I'm pretty working around. So I got this thing on phone, and then I'm listening to everything. I'm pretty excited to be here. I do. Feel DAC is the way for all the changes that's happening in the world and should be happening. And yeah, decentralized, and it's always autonomous, gives us freedom to do a lot of things, and philosophy that I think I want to follow and I follow. And DACs are definitely going to make that happen, and it's going to give change this world for a good thing. And
Wow.
representing Silo's DAC. So we will be coming up with a lot of projects. At the moment, I'm not in a position to tell what and what not. Definitely Richard Bryan would be able to tell more, but yeah, and I will definitely be joining the next event that will be there, the streaming and all. So that should be, that's what I would like to say.
Hey, thanks, Karan. And I know a few other people.
Use the lift over there, sir, please. Yeah. Sorry?
Yeah, I know a few others from Telos, so I'll try to connect you. Maybe it's all.
I may not be able to very actively talk. Reason is that I'm at my day work as well. So I'm just on and off. So I will be listening, but yeah, I do have other people that I'm physically talking with. So so it's I'm just listening to everything, but yeah, I just happen to be just one of days when I have to work.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So I thought I'll just say just say hello, so that make myself introduce myself, and then we can have better discussions maybe very soon.
Sounds good. Look forward to having you tomorrow. So.
Yeah, thanks so much for that, Kiran. A really powerful message about your vision of DAX. So that's phenomenal that you would also join us while you're at work. So that's awesome. What's your Twitter by chance, Kiran?
It's at Kiran Kotana.
Okay, just as you spell it here?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And Sup Blocktree, what's your Twitter? Thanks for the quote here. perhaps if you could type it, it'd be awesome. I want to tag you on a post. Just in case you didn't hear that quite yet. Does Justin or Laura want to introduce themselves and just chat and tell us a little bit about yourselves and what you're excited about?
Hi, can you listen to me?
Yes.
I'm Justin. I am a part of Live group, and like Gabo said, we are really excited to share our ideas and I don't know, expect feedback from the community and um, I don't know, continue improving our community and listen to the others' ideas. I'm new in the world of blockchain, but and this last year I was developing like a system for like a voting system in my university. So I got some experience building contracts and I don't know in the concept of DAX. I have some doubts, but um, I hope in this hackathon I can share time with others in order to improve my skills talking about blockchain. Good to be here.
Yeah, thanks for being here, Justin. Thank you for that. For chance. What country did you say?
I am from Costa Rica.
Okay, Costa Rica. All right, beautiful. This is so awesome. We're so decentralized. Y'all yeet. Yeah, thanks for being here. And yeah, we can't wait to see what you're all going to come up with. Actually, you want to talk a little bit about Lyft? Just what Lyft is all about. We're recording, and it'd be cool for everyone who isn't aware of Lyft.
Basically, Live is like a decentralized idea of a university. And actually, in the last week, we've been meeting every day to discuss some ideas and write down in some docs what we have thinking about. And uh, after that, we realized that it's like a prototype, like a exploratory way, or we need to discover another things related to the business model. But hopefully, we found some tools like Kanban DAO, like a one PDF that we can use for breakdown or I don't know how to say the whole idea in small pieces and discuss and figure out what is the initial way to start Live. But well, actually, we think that the best approach to starting to Live is like a online university, but uh, with the power of blockchain. Uh, use Let me give you an example. You start in the platform and you do some checkpoints and tests. After that, there will be a evaluation panel and experts that give you like the like the key to move to another section, and eventually you will be able to work in the Leaf platform, or be recruited by uh, like a company. Why not? So at a major level, that is Leaf, and in Sunday we will sharing it to use the rest of, of ORD.
There's a huge problem with the boot camps and online courses. People take the courses and only like 40% of them get a job. Even if they pay, it's hard to get a job after boot camp or short online course, because there's no like what's the word I'm looking for? There's no follow up, I guess, and there's no easy way for them to get a real experience. So that's one of the things we are trying to solve. Like, we want to pay people out for learning. You're going to be earning by learning. Once you approve your course, you need to do something that proves your knowledge. You unlock the tokens, and once you do that, you might be able to. You could get like a certificate too on the blockchain if needed. But really, what we're trying to incentivize is learning. We want to put people out for them to learn new stuff, and the way we want to manage that is on a centralized manner, where everyone there's like, in universities people have like decanes. I think they have, that's the word, decanos. That's the word we use in Spanish, and that they decide what goes in, who are going to be the teachers, what the program, and we're experimenting with this and trying to see if it is a good fit for a decentralized solution, and that's what we're exploring, and we look forward to discuss with you more ideas we have, and see if we can use the event as a way to improve the model we have, and see if we can make it work. And we've learned a lot. Well, that's already been a huge success, and we are looking forward to now make it happen, implement it, and build something that works. We have the application, the functionality in the application. We have it clear. We're just trying to see if we can make it work as a DAC, basically. There are it's like a Udemy that pays you, and the way we're trying to solve the problem of people not getting a job is we're giving them real things they can do for the DAC, or just real live tests, so that they can also be part of the pool of developers, and the companies could just buy the token to get access to it, or that way we can create some demand for the token. Also, companies spend a lot of money on trainings, and they don't have a way to verify the people where how that money was spent, and how many people like the results. There will be more. It will be more accountability for that type of training. The other day we were talking here. It's like this company spent like $200,000 on a Python program, and no results. So we're trying to see if we can make something that works and solve these issues, tokenize it so that and bring more inclusion in education, basically. Yeah.
Wow, that's a super interesting idea. Udemy as a DAC. I think Gabo, I think we met like 2 years ago at the North American Bitcoin conference, and you were still talking about education and blockchain. So still at it.
Yeah, that was the knowledge project.
Knowledge project.
Also in Ethereum, we wanted to build a knowledge core. Yeah, and I've seen some of those ideas. That project didn't work, but seems that but I keep stumbling upon this. It's a need. It's there. We're trying to figure out how to do it.
Yeah, and now you're looking into DAX. So I think it's phenomenal that you've journeyed so far, and you're still talking about that core passion on education. So super proud of you, man. It's awesome.
Thanks.
Could we hear from Laura? Are you able to maybe make an introduction? Let us meet you a little bit. Talk about what you're excited about for tomorrow.
Yes. Hi, everyone. Okay, I'm Laura Castillo. I'm from Costa Rica too. I am Gabo's wife. And I have been working with Gabo since July, I think, on the ideas about Pura Vida, and then left. And since 2 months ago, we are working on the flow Kanban, and I am so excited about what I am going to learn from you all on this decathlon. I am a UX UI designer, and yeah, that's it.
Super beautiful. Thank you for that. And you guys are going to be on the same team together, or obviously?
Yes.
That's a prototype he built. I just shared it on the chat.
Oh, right.
For the interface of the mobile app.
Oh yeah, should we play it, June? Should we? Do you want to share this one and play it? It's a short video.
Yeah, it's a short video.
Yeah, June, do you want to share that video? Or?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I'll go ahead and see what I can do here. So let's try out here.
Yeah, does everybody? Well, I should ask. Like, we're learning this process now. Does everybody okay with watching this video right now that Gabo had posted? I realize this. I see people ask all the time. I think Max does this all the time. So it's just like, instead of me saying, "Hey, let's go watch it," I think we should have a.
No, let's watch it.
Let's do it. It's funny. This is awesome. You guys are beasts. It's like 1 a.m. here in Puerto Rico. I don't know what time it is where you are, but yeah.
11 p.m. here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Killing
So, do you want me to like share my screen and play it, or how do we do it?
Available.
If June's up, he could do it too. I don't know if he's.
I think Gabo can share it if he's already available.
Okay, yeah, give it a shot.
All right. Oh, awesome.
Awesome. That looks cool, guys.
Cool. Wow. So they get paid in there. The courses are available. Everything's. Oh, there's another one. Yeah. Or not.
I just saw, hey, John, John Heater, if you're able to talk, we'd love to hear about Chintai and Boyd, the big news there. That's a huge deal.
Hey guys, yeah, I could talk about whatever you guys want to hear.
Awesome. I want to say thank you to Gabo, by the way, for sharing that. And go ahead and unshare your screen whenever you're ready. But it looks really great.
Yeah, thanks. Sorry, I was saying something, but I was mute.
Okay.
Yeah, but I was just saying we're trying to pay. We want to pay teachers in crypto in real time as an emanate, and we want to pay the students as well when they prove their knowledge and also feel the need of talent in spaces where are not fulfilled, I guess. Yeah, that's it. Thanks.
That answered the question. Yeah, thank you so much for that. That's awesome. It's only in Spanish, or there's a translate version at some point?
We're working in Spanish. The chat channel is in Spanish too. And it's just I wanted to focus on the community here first. Make sure people understand what we're trying to do, the technology, and sometimes language is a barrier. So we're working on Spanish first. Mm-hmm.
That's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for that share, Gabo. And so let's go ahead and come back to John Heater. Yeah, Boyd. Yeah, introduce yourselves, and we'd love to just hear what you're working on and what you're excited about tomorrow. And what you,
hey guys, thanks, Kai. Yeah, my name is John Heater. I'm founder at Boyd, and we are experimenting with, using Boyd as a governance token for a DAC. We kind of have our own unique spin on the idea. So I wanted to explore something of a smaller scale for the DACAthon. So my idea was like a calendar and a notification system kind of built into the EOS DAC code base. So any DAC using EOS DAC could automatically have like automated calendars and alerts working, and it could be, controlled on chain and things like that. That's the general idea. We'll see how much we're able to build that out.
Yeah, that's needed. Yeah, we've seen at Crown, it's so hard to share upcoming events and upcoming times to vote and things like that. When's a discussion, where's the discussion, things like that. So hard to get everyone on the same page. And some people understand Discord, some people don't. Some people understand Telegram, some people are freaked out by it. So yeah, some type of general purpose calendar for DACs is a pretty big deal. And oh yeah, you gotta update us on the Shintai Boyd resource exchange. It's
sure.
so cool. It's so cool.
Yeah. Well, about the calendar thing, I mean, my personal calendar is full of these like DAC meeting schedules, but like they're all out of sync, and like half of them are invalid or get rescheduled, and I have no idea. I have to like zoom into all these different Telegram chats and try and figure out what's happening when. So yeah, I mean, it'd be great to just have that stuff automatically synchronized with whatever DAC I'm associated with. That's the plan. That would be really nice. Yeah, so Chintai is a leasing exchange. They actually launched way before Rex was even a thing, and they allowed you to rent CPU, pay EOS to rent CPU, and they had like, I think they had like a 3-day market, a week market, and a month market. So pretty innovative. They kind of got shut down by Rex, and but now they're back with Chintai 2.0. And Chintai 2.0, basically the idea is you can lease any token, any DApp token you could lease. And the Boyd token is the first token on this new market that you can lease. And so basically it allows you to rent a stake for a certain amount of time of Boyd tokens to your account. And that allows you to kind of optimize your profitability when you're running the Boyd application and participating in the Boyd ecosystem. And so you don't have to buy a large chunk of Boyd in order to participate. You can just rent a large chunk for a month for a small fee. So, it'll make the market more efficient. It'll lower the barrier to entry for new users. And, just launched a few days ago. The bids are not actually matching until Monday. So you can kind of place your bids on the market and they'll all start matching on Monday. So if anyone here has a stack of Boyd that you've just been sitting on, I mean, now is the perfect time to log into Chintai and just place some orders. Let Chintai sell them all for you for some passive income.
Yeah, it's so cool to see.
And I don't really have a team. I mean, people on the Boyd team will probably help me, but none of them have really made a hard commit on the time, so if anyone else is like looking for a team or whatever, you could probably help me.
Awesome. All right, we're on your team.
Yeah.
Yeah, and two, I mean, you might form a team here, but also if you want to post it on the Telegram group, so that people could see who doesn't have a team, feel free to do that as well. But yeah, who wants to join in their team, like, yeah. Right?
I can verify John's legit. We were on the hackathon team for the EOS.
All right.
Yeah, at the EOS hackathon contest in SF, and yeah, we crushed it. It was incredible.
Wow.
But yeah, so John, we'll also have a time to explain our idea, and then a time for creating teams, adding to teams. So it's a very fluid process. We don't have to solidify it before the day. So I think that comes after. Let's see. Let me pull up the actual calendar. That schedule. I'll just share it with everyone. Just give me 1 second.
While you're doing that, just a huge shout out to Tati, Zachary. They just came in. Welcome. Just want to welcome you guys, and we'll get a chance to have you guys introduce yourselves.
Yeah. So just really quick, just want to show you guys around. So we're gonna pretty much like do some introductions. We're gonna have a general purpose discussion, and then come up with some survey questions, and then branch off into some unconference style discussions, and we'll present these what we come out of it. And then we build the DAC, execute the DAC, come up with some kind of like a review and an unconference style discussions, the second round of those. And then we'll come up with teams after that. So after we launch a DAC, then we'll, if we launch a DAC, I'm sure we will. It might just end up being like a paper, pencil type ledger, but then we'll jump off into forming teams. And then, but yeah, so we'll do proper introductions and get that, see if some of our projects overlap, and see if we can work on projects with each other in some cases. So anyway, yeah, we can jump back over to the other introductions. I'm going to stop sharing the screen.
Wow, that's beautiful, Max. Thank you. All right. Who wants to introduce themselves next? We have Andrew, we haven't heard from, and Tati and Zachary have just joined us. And Sup Blocktree also. Thanks for that quote. I just tweeted that. Yeah, who wants to go next? Would love to hear from you and learn about you and where you're from, and also what you're excited about tomorrow and what you had in mind about DAX and what you want to build tomorrow. Any takers? Going once, going twice. and or Lucas. Lucas, we haven't heard from Lucas. You've been so helpful in assisting. So I don't know if you want to introduce yourselves. There's more people in the room now, and probably haven't met you.
Hello, this is Lucas from Costa Rica. I am with the Lift group. We're very excited about our projects that we're bringing to the DACATHON, mostly to get feedback from you guys. So we want to be, we want everybody to participate in general and meet everybody that we can to see what projects each one is working on and see what the future comes to us.
Yeah, can you talk a little bit about your vision for DAX and why this matters to you?
Well, basically, I'm very new to this. So, like I was saying before, I don't even know what stalking is. So it's been like a journey of discovery of, I am programmer for 20 years, but it's a lot of things that sometimes you just say, that will be great, like the constitution and how the DAC, how to bring people that even are in different locations around the globe to work together for a goal and to make it happen and to have some governance. And that's so beautiful to see that the technology is here, we can use it and we can create things together.
Yeah, that's awesome. For someone that's new to everything, you still are showing up and participating to immerse yourself. So I think it's wonderful and beautiful. A lot of Costa Rica in the house. This is amazing.
Yeah.
Dwayne, that means we're going to Costa Rica. There's no avoiding it. So Zach can't talk because there's no mic. If you wanna, feel free to type. Feel free to type something, any of your thoughts, and I will. We can just kind of verbalize it out loud for this video. And maybe Tati wants to come in and say something also from Costa Rica. Zach, yeah, if you want to type anything and your thoughts about the DACATHON, what you're excited about, something I'll tweet it and also we'll read it out loud.
What about you, Kai? Can you tell us something about you?
Oh my God, that's awesome. Well, I was gonna have Tati talk. Do you want Tati to go first or myself? I can go either way.
Well, it's okay. I think it's very exciting for us to be to be part of revolutionary, I think. So we are creating this movement when we can build our own things and give value to our work. So that's why we are here, I think.
That's beautiful. You said you're also with Lyft?
Yeah, we are with Lyft.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's also great to see more women coming into the
yeah, that's so beautiful.
Super sad. Yeah, Laura, Tati, and Lisa's here. Yeah, really great to hear from you, and looking forward to see what you guys are gonna. Well, we're all gonna come up together, really, and then what we will individually come up with post that. So, thanks for that share, Tati. Really appreciate you being here. So Zachary was asking if we have gone over DAC Factory, ? I want to learn about creating EOS DAC front ends for a few EOS smart contracts, just like what Vigor and Crown and EOS DAC has. I've been waiting for DAC Factory. I'm very happy you're here to pay the way for us, Kai. Oh, I'm just sort of administrating a conversation, I guess. But yeah, you're very welcome. There is a video for DAC Factory that Luke Stokes made, and we'll be playing that tomorrow during the DACathon, unless there's consensus here to play that video again, offer this welcome, or we wait till tomorrow. But yeah, Luke Stokes did make a video on DAC Factory. It is live on the Jungle testnet, and there is a way to play with it's actually easy peasy using DAC Factory. It's phenomenal. So and they fix some bugs so that we can the DACathoners can go ahead and use that tool if you wish. So yeah, that is there. Max says we'll go over it for show. All right. So Gabo says we've been working on Lift, Flow, and DreamStack. You're very busy, Gabo Escovel, man. That is crazy. Yeah. And Zach, do you have a team? Go ahead. Okay, I thought, Tati, you were saying something. So Zachary says, DAC Factory feels like a secret world to me, secret knowledge. I thirst for the DAC Factory knowledge. With that, I can actually create a lot of core essentials of a DAP. Luke Stokes and Michael Yates and Sarah and that whole EOS DAC team is going to be pretty happy to hear that. And so, yeah, that's definitely available, and we'll go over it, I believe, all tomorrow. And I also encourage you to maybe follow up with Luke Stokes and that team, or Michael Yates, and ask your questions about DAC Factory. Crown is now on DAC Factory, so it's very cool. Okay, so the DACathon probably for the first time. Okay, cool. I need, so Zachary says, I need EOS DAC for Sand, Weed Cache, Apex. Is it Apex or Apex? PAL, ENG, and especially Steam P. And yeah, I'm excited. Sounds good. Seems like I came to the right place. Absolutely, Zach. You did. We're very happy to have you here and see what this kind of mesh of intelligence and brain power can come up with tomorrow. This is really fun. I'm a newbie myself, so answering Justin, I guess unless anybody else wants to talk and introduce themselves. I am a learning about DAX. I learned about DAX, Brock Pierce and Luke Stokes in Puerto Rico, and I shot a video, an episode on blockchain called "What on Earth is a DAC?" It's a Meet the Blockers video, and as you know, EOS DAC is a community-owned block producer on EOS, and so when they were talking about it at the time, I didn't really understand what it was. And then maybe say a week later, a couple weeks later, I bump into the Crown team in Puerto Rico randomly at a coffee shop called the Satoshi Cafe. So our good old friend Satoshi Nakamoto somehow had brought us together. And from then on, I've sort of have been involved in this thing called the DAC, and I'm still learning, I feel, and my skill sets are in sharing what I'm learning, and so in storytelling and creating content, and hopefully assist the world as I'm learning, share how I'm learning and what I'm learning, and just by being here learning, hopefully inspires others to look in. Because if someone like me can be interested and participate in this, perhaps others will be inspired to do so as well, even though the technical thing is very difficult sometimes. I think we all learn by osmosis the best, and so we just hang around the right energy and the people, and we hang around with all this information whether you understand it at one point in time, at some point you begin to puzzle in the pieces. And so that's sort of where I'm at. And I have learned so much, I think, since May all the way to now. And all of a sudden, you know, I became a custodian, kind of just been grafted in, as Luke Stokes put the other day, because of, I just kept showing up. And sometimes I'd get overwhelmed with the information, and then I just would keep showing up. And thanks to Dwayne, Max, like really very patient, and because they want this kind of feedback from the non-techie kids. So it's, you know, it's helpful to have someone who's non-techie to figure out how we can then begin scaling and inviting the rest of the world to these kinds of concepts, and being able to simplify it for that world. And so it's helpful to kind of have a demographic of people that are not techie, and yet we can be able to paint the vision. And so I'm looking to get better at the simplification of it. I'm looking to learn a lot more by hanging out with you smart folks and really intelligent visionaries. So it's an honor to be here. And yeah, so I make content and just helping out where I can, really, wherever I can contribute. Oh, and be sure to follow me on Twitter at Kai_Primo and retweet all my stuff, just to plug.
Thank you.
And I'll crown you if you do retweet my stuff. If you send it, we'll get you some crown tokens. So, but huge shout out to the Crown DAC team. Just absolute passion, and I think it's that passion, when you're around that passion, and it's just like, I don't see, if I can't see the vision, but yet they're so passionate about it. It's like, what are they seeing that I can't see? You just keep hanging out, and eventually, yeah, that term osmosis once again, and then you kind of tap into that passion. It's a vibration really that we follow, and I think that kind of vibration brought us all together into this DACAthon. So what a great, just a wonderful start to the year. Very excited, guys. All right, golf clap. Yeah, all right. So who else wants to introduce themselves? Who else do we have in the chat? Did everybody get a chance to talk? Andrew, have we heard from Andrew? Brian?
Yeah, I think I did say hello, but I'll say hello again. Yeah.
I might have forgotten.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. So, Andrew Brown, yeah, I'm with Vigor, the financial DApp. Yeah, we're running a DAC right now, right? And so we have 148 candidates on the DAC. Yeah, it's quite a crowd, you know, and we're basically looking to participate tomorrow. A few of us from the DAC are like in a Telegram chat together, and we're just bouncing around some ideas, you know. I think, you know, our interest right now, I think, is on yeah, trying to run an organization in the DAC. And so some of the things that are like real tricky about it, you know, like trying to recognize like who's doing like work, you know what I mean? Like recognize who's adding value, and being compensated like properly for that. Because, you know, it's like an international community that we have, like, I don't know, like different regions sort of like started their own like Telegram channels. And so we have like kind of like regions, groups of people, and some of the, you know, communication is a little bit hard between those like groups, and like because of the language barrier for one thing, but also because of like, I don't know, just trying to tie it together. Like, we're not a multinational corporation, and we don't have like people reporting to people, you know, so it's kind of like there's freedom in it. People are you know, allowed to bring ideas and do what they want to add value, which is cool. But to try to tie it all together is, you know, like, you know, we're following basically one like core theme is the white paper. Like we're building a specific project based on a white paper. So we're all like focused on one thing, but it's a little hard to organize. That's all I'm saying. So that sort of thing is what's on my mind. So maybe tomorrow, you know, if we're going to work on a project, my team might start to think about, I don't know, stuff about running an organization, you know, DAC style, you know.
It's very important, Andrew. Yeah. Talk about the history of how Vigor came out, like how you guys conceptualized the idea of Vigor, and it's a stable. You guys created a stable coin, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just you know, my history. Yeah, my history dates back to MakerDAO, and they were supposed to be a DAO, and they really weren't, in my opinion. And it morphed into more of like a hierarchical wage slave factory where it's like a corporate setting. And so I didn't like that. And so when we started our project, we wanted to be a true like DAC or true like not the the common thing we heard in projects like Makers. You'll start out centralized and you'll become decentralized over time. And that didn't really like turn out to be the that didn't actually you know, come about in most of the projects that claim this thing. And so we said, let's try to start as decentralized as we can. And you know, before we even wrote the white paper, before we actually started the DAC, it was like envisioned in the white paper that it would be a DAC because we heard about EOS DAC like before the mainnet was launched. And yeah, I had always was thinking about how to run basically an open source project, software project, right, where you know, the people could be properly compensated for their efforts, you know, and with crypto in there, those sort of provides the financial backbone to like you know, have like a self-funded project. But it's still a problem, like how do you know, allocate like proper compensation to people who are going to join your open source software project, you know. And so to like have this multi-sig automated like portal for people to go into is just about right. So yeah, we jumped on board when we saw EOS DAC talking about it like before mainnet. And yeah, as we got far along, you know, as soon as we seen like some of the tools that EOS DAC had put out there, we just wanted to deploy it as soon as we could. So it's like Michael Yates was talking about, it's kind of like there was a pioneer tax associated with it because we were kind of early deploying it, and there was a lot of, you know, yeah, additional legwork that we had to do to make it work. But it's been really cool, you know, and I think we've got a vibrant community, and yeah, we're pretty happy that we formed as a DAC. And you know, going forward, we need to think like how we want to like exist going forward. I mean, there's just a ton of things to think about, you know. I don't want to take up too much more of your time. Just
hey Andrew, it's so awesome to have you representing Vigor. Yeah, we're at Crown, we're huge fans. I think you guys are we're all custodians here at Crown, and we're like, yeah, we had that same you know, early adopter tax, as you say. Like it was rough, but yeah, we made it through it. And yeah, we're super excited you guys are here. And I would love it if you guys are part of the discussion about what the meta DAC for the DACathon should be and what that looks like. And I mean, the trials and tribulations you guys have gone through will help out so much in figuring out, what we should be doing. Thank you for showing up, man.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, I think. So, yeah. We've got a couple guys from our team on here that'll probably chime in with some ideas. Some of them are devs. Well, they are devs. 2 of them or 3 of them. I think Steve Michael's going to join too. He's a cool guy. But yeah, we have some devs, but I don't know if necessarily we're going to code anything. We kind of want to solve some governance issues, I think. So.
That's pretty important. I think that I want to thank you for being here. This is awesome that you're here. I know that you were also episode 1 of Meet the Custodians, and I have yet to get to the interview. But yeah, that's awesome. And but I think that one of the things that I've been hearing being here in Puerto Rico, having tons of conversation in groups about governance, and Max was one of them, and there was just this meeting about governance with Brock here, and that we don't know how it's going to work or what's going to happen, and that it is more DACs need to fail and try and whatnot. Like, we really don't know. But the fact that you're even saying, there's lots to think about, and someone like yourself is taking the time, and all of us here are taking the time to think about these things. I think that's where we're supposed to be, and it's just really inspiring that you're here conceptualizing this and participating in this and kind of teaching us what. I'm really curious to know how you're doing your worker proposals. I'm really curious to know some of the problems you've run into. These are really all important pieces of information, for the DAC community as a whole. So I think you paved the way tremendously, and figured out how to create a stable coin as a DAC. I mean, that's really important. And even for me, I still have to grasp that concept. I'm a newbie, so I still have to kind of understand, vigor in full. So, but thank you for being here, and that's the fact that you're bringing your crew to come up with governance, just ideas. It's an honor. And I want to add one more thing. And Yves LaRose, one of the things that he talked about is worker proposals, and one of the things that they said, because this is like to answer one of the things that you talked about, so I might have digressed, but doing like a collateral. So when you're putting up a worker proposal, you put up a collateral to make sure that you're kind of like legit. And I was going to tie that conversation to something else, but forgive me, I digress. Anyway, I'm going to let you guys just talk. Yeah, I'd still be curious to know how for the people that are here, like how you guys are running your worker proposal systems and what's different with each and every single one of these.
Yeah, just a question. Sorry to interrupt your question, but like how many other DACs like are there in the like in the different people on the call, like or that are going to be there tomorrow? Like, are people running DACs already? Are there others?
I think, well, I'm guessing there might be like 5 to 10, but a lot of them are still working on the test net. So very few of us are on mainnet.
So we're working on one, but we haven't. But we took a look at the EOS DAC factory, and for us, first it was like too much for us when we first saw it, and we didn't feel like that was what we needed, because we weren't certain what the interactions or the organization of the DAC, how would that look like, and we didn't want to start building the systems too early. So we are here mainly to learn from the other DACs and see yeah, well, basically we're learning from your experience and in order to build our governance system. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Well, we wanted to start one, we didn't because it seemed too much. So we are still with data governance on chain. We're trying to see if Trails or EOS DAC or something custom is better for us.
Yeah, sweet. Thank you, Gabo. All right. Consensus time. What anybody else want to discuss anything else? Dwayne, you want to say a couple words? Max?
We should just talk briefly. I mean, this will come out tomorrow, but how this came about. And yeah, so Crown so far, I'm guessing we have like 24 work proposals that have gone through, and they're mostly really, really small things. Like we're moving really slowly, which I think is good. It was like one of the early ones was like one of our custodians was posting pictures of her cat on Telegram, you know, just to like get a feel for it. A lot of the custodians had no idea what this technology was all about, and they kind of, some of them were missing the point of it. And I'm like, well, let's just do like real granular, kind of almost absurd proposals at first. And you know, we've gotten to the point where you know, it's creating a lot of infrastructure things. And one of my favorites is the DACAthon. So the DACAthon came out of a work proposal from this idea that came about when we went to a lot of conferences, and they all had that same pattern of like, we're just kind of like, we're being spoon-fed these these ideas from one person at a time, and the engagement isn't there, and you don't know if it's going to be equitable to you. You know, you don't know if you're going to meet a partner. It's like, so I was like, well, how do we make an interaction that's more equitable and more engaging? And yeah, so we're in New York. I think we're at Central Park having lunch. It was me, Dwayne, and June. And I'm like, why don't we do like a conference, but it's also like much more engaging, and we can build and kind of like get some equity type of thing in some organization. I left it kind of vague, and yeah, it came out as a work proposal. And June had hosted these amazing online conferences. And I'm like, oh man, he's the perfect person for it. So I was like, hey, June, you should do a work proposal. You know, you should consider, you know, submitting a work proposal on Crown. And so that's what it comes out of. And also the award money comes out of that as well. But just that process of like, well, how do you make events, you know, more equitable? How do you make them more engaging? How do you engage a community and give them more value for their participation, rather than this kind of like this one directional communication, and then maybe you get to talk to the speaker, maybe you get to answer a question. So yeah, something like this, it's like, hey, you guys get to build the, you know, build it as much as the originators do. And I think I think so far it's probably my, okay, not my favorite work proposal, but it's up there. So yeah, so happy that everyone showed up, and yeah, this is gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I want to point out too, seems like, you know, what neat that something like this can come out of a worker proposal, as a worker proposal. So, you know, when you're thinking about, you know, when you think about it, then it's like, what else this is so beautiful, you know, and so what else can we come up with when we allow this kind of bottom to top system, where we allow the rest of the community to have a voice and give their ideas. And, you know, it might seem kind of risky for any organizations per se, because they're usually, and we talked about this with Yves, is like, you know, there's usually an HR, and you're kind of vetting like the best people to do the job, you know, but this way it's just like, hey, let's just tap into the power of the community and see what we come up with, you know, and figure out a way of how we can do that most efficiently and most fair and most transparent. And I think that's what we're at, is to figure out that system. And we have to, it's neat that Crown DAC is just this magnificent experiment, and that we can do that. So anyway, that's very cool, Max.
Thank you. Let's see. Oh yeah, do you want to say something?
I guess maybe just an answer for what other DACs we heard from. Telos DAC that was on this call a little earlier. Had some great help from John at Boss, and if you look at all the side chains or sister chains, in essence, they're all DACs running worker proposal systems. So just a big shout out to the people, June, Max, Kai, big to John from Boyd and John from Boss. Just the level of thinking that's gone in, that's involved in this ecosystem. The choices that we'll have in the future of different voting mechanisms. It was mentioned, trails from Telos, different worker proposal systems. I'm really excited to hear what the Boss has going. So just to we've referenced a lot EOS Stack because they were first out of the gate, and they have something easy. Their little video that we had a sneak preview looked really easy on how to spin up a DAC. I think Andrew, our team can attest. Up to now, it's been Michael Yates and Luke Stokes have done an incredible job working with us to get us to this point. But just seeing what's going to be birthed after this, the choices, right now it's maybe a blessing that the choices are a bit narrow, especially for this event on different voting methods and such, because the options, like we could spend all weekend just on what sort of voting method would be the right way to proceed, right? So yeah, just excited and just really amazed at the level of talent in this ecosystem.
Thank you, Dwayne. And thank you for holding the space to make this all happen. I think out of I've just seen you believe in it so much that because Dwayne believed in it so much that you couldn't help whether you got it or not, but you just you had to just participate. So yeah, that's huge. So that's awesome. Yeah, I'm not sure. Max, you want to talk anything about logistics, and maybe we can begin to kind of wind down the welcome call, so we can all kind of rest up for tomorrow. And I've got a ton more work for the DACAthon, so probably needs to get to work, but the other work. But any other logistics you want to touch upon? Anybody else want to add anything for tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, we start out at 6 a.m. Overview, presentations, maybe do some live stuff in there. And then, we'll do, let me just pull that up one more time so we can just go over that.
Also, reminder, if you guys haven't signed up yet, has everybody signed up so that we have, it'd be really cool. Yeah, go for it, Max.
Yeah, no worries. So we're going to start out, do some introductions. Got some interviews going on. And that shouldn't be too long, a couple hours at the most. And I think we talked about doing some Q&As in there also, brief ones. And then, from 4 p.m. to 7:30 UTC, group discussions. And then we're going to basically be coming up with questions that we want to ask in the unconferences. So we'll have a list of questions that we want our DAC to look like or don't want it to look like. And so we're just going to review those and see if anybody wants to make contributions to those questions. And then I think at that point we might close off. I don't know, we'll decide as a group whether we close off the unconferences to the public, and or what level of engagement and participation we can accept from the public. So that was a major, that got into some heated discussions tonight, which were really awesome. And I'm looking forward to having those tomorrow with the entire community. But yeah, so then we'll break off into unconference style discussions where we have different themes, such as tokenization, legal, what is the purpose of the DAC maybe, so we'll figure out what those are.
WPS.
Yeah. What should the structure look like? And then we'll come back and review the findings. The leaders from those discussions are going to come back and present some of their findings, plus, go over the review questions that each of those breakout groups had been assigned as well, or the ones that we had a consensus on. And say by that point, we're in it, and we're going to be building out a DAC, or maybe not. It might just be pencil and paper. We might just be just doing a ledger in a spreadsheet somewhere. But if all things go smoothly, I think we can make a community DAC, but no guarantees, of course. And we pop off into another unconference style discussion relating to details and how things work. And that's where we go into team formations at 8 p.m. UTC. And that's where you can talk to other teams and see, maybe you want to combine with them on a certain project. Maybe you, through the building of the DAC, you have some ideas for what you want to do. Maybe you thought of a new product that can help out this meta DAC or help out the general DAC community. So you'll go to, we'll enter into a round robin discussion where we share, what we want to do, what ideas we've had. And from there, we solidify those teams, and then we start hacking. And that goes over to day 2, where we'll have some announcements and update people for those who are coming in late, so they can listen in and see what's going on. But by 3 p.m. the following day, have proposal structure conditionally, we will submit those proposals, and we'll come up with some method, I'm sure, on how to do that. But yeah, I didn't want to get too detailed in that, just in case we did not have that. So we will go into that at 3 p.m. UTC, and then from there we present the projects, and they're reviewed by custodians. And it ends with a potential token distribution and awards, depending on what the pools are. And I know for sure we have one pool of 5 million crown, but there might be some other ones out there as well, and other awards. And yeah, that's pretty much a very quick summary. And a lot of this, as you can tell, we build it we build it on the fly to make it more equitable. Don't want to put too many rules as we're going. So it's a fun project to figure out as we're going through it. But yeah, and then if you have any questions, you can pop them into the Telegram, and myself and other people will be able to answer those as well. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you for that, Max. Yeah, I think that's about it. Would it be good to say that we might end, it's time to end. It is officially January 11th, but here in Puerto Rico, I think it'd be a good time to kind of close down the welcome, unless anybody else has anything to add.
Oh wait, one second.
Yes, the only thing too, we were talking, some people were asking about the hackathon, saying they're not devs. It can be a project. You don't need a fully functional project. It could be an idea. It could be a pitch deck. It could be a PDF. So it's not. We don't want to scare people away from thinking that they can't participate because they don't feel they can come up with a finished, developed product. It's an idea, and I think why just know all of us getting together the teams will shuffle, we'll find some consensus of what we find is the most important. So it just I just want to reemphasize, it's open to everybody. You don't need to be a dev to participate.
Yeah, like proof of concept is also okay, or something on paper, just an idea. That's beautiful, Dwayne. Super cool. Obi-Wan Kenobi, I think, is it fair to say that it's time to close up the welcome? Want to thank everyone for showing up. This was awesome that you guys showed up. It just like kind of got the stoke meter up like, 1,000x just by being here. So I'm amped. It's very late here. It's like almost 2 in the morning and I'm still buzzing. And anyway, it's 1:11 at 1:44. Very cool, guys. Thank you for showing up, everyone. We had Vigor, we had Lift. I'm not gonna laugh here. Everyone who helped out, Lucas, everyone who's June, really for putting this together and spearheading the organization of all of this. We've come a long way, a lot of work, and just a lot of heart from this group, you guys. A lot of heart from everybody, and yeah, I can't wait to see what we're gonna cook up tomorrow together. And separate. So that is it. We will see you guys and in just a little bit here. We'll see you guys less than 12 hours, in about 10, maybe 9 hours from now. I can't do some math, but we'll see you guys in a little bit. So get some rest. If you have questions, again, the Telegram group at DACATHON. And yeah, we'll see what kind of chaos we can create and refine that chaos along the way. So I cannot wait I'm most excited personally about governance solutions. And so, yeah, Andrew, I'm very excited to see what you and your team would kind of come up with as well, or everybody really, but governance solutions excites me a lot. So anyways, that is all, folks. I think, June, you want to close it out? Say goodbye. I think we're good. I think I said it already, but June's still there.
Yeah, thanks so much, Kai. Yeah, look forward to meeting everybody tomorrow. And yeah, we'll have some fun. So thanks so much, Kai. Really, yeah, great job kind of monitoring this whole session here. And yeah, and doing everything you're doing with all the video and content and getting people excited. So I think that's why we have so many people showing up here today. So, but yeah, see you guys. We got a long day ahead. So see you guys all tomorrow, or maybe the same day for some people. So
yeah.
All right.
Hey guys, see you.
All right, aloha. Get
soon.
All right, heck yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Aloha, guys. That was awesome. All right, I'm off. And yeah, June, save it, and then we'll talk. I'll put everything together. The videos, so we have the links for those. So, okie dokie, adios.
All right, thank you.
Adios.
Adios.